Well, hello, Shiny Crafty People. Tim Totten here, and welcome back to the channel. I'm actually at my house today, overlooking this gorgeous Lake Woodward. I bought this house just a couple of months ago, and I really love it. And I actually am bringing you this video from home because that's where I keep all of my masks, and I'm answering the question today, what is my favorite mask? So I have a number of masks here. Gosh, I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 10 or 11 different types of masks that I have made. And I want to talk to you about what my favorites are. So I'm gonna actually start at the one I like the least and go forward from there. So not necessarily in any order that I created them. So there's a mask that I haven't even put on the channel yet. I think it's very interesting and unusual. So let me get down and show you that one first. This is a mask that is, here's the problem I have with this mask. I haven't even given this mask a name yet. I've sort of been just calling it amongst myself, sort of like the Fredericks of Hollywood mask. It looks like some weird type of like thong underwear you might wear. It's very unusual. So I haven't done a tutorial for this one because it's just so strange. It is actually 4 layers of fabric. So from that perspective, it works really well, but it just is just a strange look. So this is probably of the ones I've made, this is probably my least favorite. I will put a name on the description for what this is. This would be the this is probably the first mask that will be listed. And then we get down to other masks that I've created that I'm not a huge fan of. Now this one is a very popular mask video that I made. This mask was designed from the use a dinner plate to make a 3-minute mask. This is actually a little bit smaller than the size I would normally wear, but you'll see the way it opens. And if I put this one on, you'll notice that it's way too small for my face. But this is the idea of how it creates. I haven't even kept one that was my size because I just don't love this particular mask. So that's number 2. This is from the 3-minute mask from a dinner plate. Now I will tell you, there are people who love this mask. It really works for them. It doesn't work as well for me because of the glasses and because I don't really wear it didn't have a nose wire when I created it. Now, this is actually called the no wire hybrid mask design. So it's like a standard pleated mask, except it has a fold at the top and this pops out for your nose. So what you do with that one is you take that fold that pops out for your nose and put it over your nose. And you may notice that I always like to put toggles on my masks. That's so I can adjust the size. And so this mask, you see how that flips up and creates, and it actually does pretty well to keep my glasses from fogging up. But this is probably not one of my top 5 masks. It's easy to make. So for that reason, it's pretty decent. And there are people who love this one. You can also, I'll link the video description. In the video description, I'll link the video of mine that you can see how to make this particular one. I have people who love this one. It's one of their favorites, but it's not mine. It's one of the early ones that I did. Then I made a mask cover that goes on one of these disposable masks, right? So you'll see in the back, it's designed in such a way that you can put the mask through it. So it's real easy to put through here and then come through the other side and do the same thing. And then that allows you, because of the design of it, the way it's sort of, it has darts here and here, and it creates a cover. Now it actually works really well for these temporary masks to give you a cover. And you know, depending upon how you hook this is what I don't like about it though. It's just so enormous. It feels like this huge piece. So this will be number 4 on the list. Of ones, depending upon, and that'll be the number 4 on that list you can look at. From there, I made a specialty mask called a beard mask, and you see I have a beard. So this is my beard mask. It's like a standard pleated mask, and then it has these dog collar parts that you can do. So you can put this over your head. Oh. And if you had a big beard, then that hooks on. It's interesting. Not my absolute favorite. Then, now we're getting into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's like 8 left here. We're getting into the masks that are that I make templates for. And this one I make a template for is called the Batwing Mask. So you'll notice it's got a pleat here at the top and these two pleats at the bottom. This one's super comfortable. In fact, it's gonna be hard for me to decide between the next couple of these. I really like this one because it's super comfortable if you can find the size that fits your face. So we make, with the templates that I was making, we do 3 different sizes and you can do some alternate size. But what I really like about it is it can be used to create other cute fun ones like this Baby Yoda mask. Isn't that cute? So for this mask, I really like the fact that even though I don't have a nose wire in it, it's fitted to my face really well. And this one doesn't really come off unless you go really big with your mouth, which I have been known to do. So actually, I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10 for how much I like it. 7 out of 10 for the Batwing Mask. Then there is the 3D mask. Now you'll notice this is the first one that I made. And this is a specialized 3D mask that's just this shape. You see it's just this sort of chevron type shape. And then these parts open up. And it creates this 3D shape. So I'll show you what this looks like on my face. This does not have a nose wire. But it goes under your chin. I also think this one is about a 7 out of 10 because it's actually quite comfortable. It doesn't touch my mouth here. I think this is probably a 7 out of 10. It's one of my top, I would say in my top 10 list of mask designs. Now, I have made a version. Some of you know that I'm a huge Star Trek fan. So in fact, I made a version of this with my Star Trek material. I made it solid color and I added a Star Trek emblem that I printed with a printer. And so just because it's Star Trek, I really love it. This is actually a pretty comfortable mask if you don't wear glasses. So without glasses, you can do this without a wire. It's not hard to make. It looks good. It's sort of special. And so I like this one a lot. Again, this is probably about a 7.5 out of 10 for me. 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10 for me in that regard. More recently, I made another 3D mask. This is based off of a design that they sell in Korea as a disposable mask. But I created this version, and I will link in the description. I like this one. It's a little more rounded than the other 3D mask. Rather than being like a chevron, it's more of a rounded shape. This one I did put a nose wire in, and it worked really well for me, for my nose. And I don't get any breathe. So I give this an 8 out of 10. This one's actually an 8 out of 10. This is called the Korean inspired 3D mask. Very simple to do. And there's in the description down below, I will put a link to that video. Now, if you are watching this on like a mobile device, you can sometimes just click the title of the video and that'll bring up the description. All right. Other ones that I made, this is a really good one. I adapted this one from a Spanish language channel. So I'll put a link to their channel in the description below as well, and a link to my video. This one actually has a filter pocket on the inside, so you can add a filter into it. And you'll notice it only has one strap. And that's because this is designed for people who don't want to put a strap around the sides of their head. It does not have a nose wire in this one, but you can add it. What I like about this one is it just straps over your head. This is really great for people who wear hearing aids. And this one is super comfortable as well. It reminds me a lot of that, in terms of shape, of that Batwing mask. Very similar. And it's contoured. This one's super easy because you literally just take it off like that. On and off like that. Very easy and comfortable. Great for people with hearing aids or with hair issues and other stuff. And I give this one an 8 out of 10 as well. Now, a version of that, so this one, a version of that is this one that I adapted from a mask that I saw the Super Bowl winning coach Andy Reid from the Kansas City Chiefs wearing. He had adapted a mask. So I created this one with one strap just like the other. It does have a nose wire in it. It has a lot of space, and it's meant to go down below your ears. So you see that? And it gives you a lot of space inside for your mouth. So there's a huge amount of space here. So you don't have to worry about, it's not touching my mouth. Now, it is pretty good to seal actually. So when I breathe in, it you're breathing heavy, it can be an issue. But this is one of my favorites because I can just do this when I'm not using it. Pull it up, obviously. But it's real convenient to just take it down. I think it's weird to have those masks. Here's another example. This is a mask that a friend of mine made. It's gonna be the next one I talk about. It's the standard design mask, you know, with the real comfortable. But I see these people walking around all day with it like this. And it just pulls on my ears so much. So I prefer to have this type that doesn't even touch my ears. Goes down below my ears. It pulls tightly over the nose because of this strap right here. And then it's hooked under the chin pretty well. All right. And that does bring me to sort of the original standard, what some people call the Deaconess pattern. And my friend Ryan, I made a video called Most Comfortable Mask for Long-Term Wear, and this is a super comfortable design for long-term wear. I have worn these forever, and I did not iron it after I washed it last, but it's basically 4 pleats. And he normally, the toggles came off of this one. So let me show you another one that's been in mothballs for a little while. This is one he designed for me. It has the toggles on it, super comfortable. If I'm traveling anywhere super long-term, I always keep one of these. And I also have it in architecture fabric as well. These are great. These are by a company called Masks by Ryan. Masks by Ryan, I'll put the link down in the description below. I have 2 left. Actually, no, 3 left, sorry. So one of the ones that I designed myself, I completely came up with this myself. This is called the 3D Shield Mask. And you'll notice that there are no cuts of fabric on the front. So there are no seams, no cuts along the front. And it's a very unusual shape. Now, there is a piece that you can put around your neck if you want to, but I don't even put it around my neck. I leave it inside because my chin holds this. So I put this on my face, pull the one up over my head like this, and look how well it cradles under my chin, goes across. This is without me breathing too hard. Look what it's pulling in terms of the seal in the front. So I'm not getting a lot of air around it. This is a 9 out of 10 for me. Even though I designed it, it's a 9 out of 10 for me for the efficiency of how well it works. The problem is, it's kind of tight. In fact, it made me, pardon me. It made me sort of sneeze because literally I haven't worn this one in a while, and I think it's been sitting on my counter in my bedroom, you know, and maybe got a little dust in it. I like this one, but it looks very weird. It's a strange looking mask, but it is, again, super comfortable, really easy to wear. 9 out of 10. 2 left. This is gonna be perfect for Christmas. This is called the vertical pleat mask. You know, we're used to all those pleats going sideways. This one, instead of going sideways, the pleats are vertical. And it has no nose wire, but it doesn't need it because the way this opens up, it twists around your nose. So look at how cool that is. It goes up and over. The screen's here and the camera's there, so it's hard for me to focus on you guys. It's actually, and it stays away from my mouth. I have to pull in a little bit. This is actually super comfortable depending upon how you do these pieces for your ears. You need to either put toggles or make sure they're long enough so it's not hurting you, and you can go a little wider. This is made out of a square fabric with the corners cut off. Very nice, very easy to do. And I've also made it in a different fabric. This is my Star Trek fabric. I like this one that has all of the Star Trek The Next Generation characters. All right, 2 more. Let me go run and grab one of them. I'll be right back. And I'm back. These are my last 2 ones, my favorite ones right now. This is one, this is literally the 3D mask out of just a rectangle of fabric, 2 rectangles of fabric. And I like the 2-tone color on it. This is actually a really comfortable mask because I don't really need even nose wire in it. It's such a good 3D mask. It's very similar to the other 3D masks, except it's a little bit further away from the face and it's reversible. So I like that I can just reverse the entire thing. And I could have added a nose wire if I wanted. I just didn't think I needed it for this one. That's actually a really super comfortable one, and I like how versatile it is. You can use 2 or 3 layers. This is just a 9 out of 10 for me. And that is the 3D mask with no special template, I think it's called. And I'll link that again in the description below. Every one of these that has an actual tutorial for it will be linked in the description below, and I'll have a number on the screen, so you'll have seen those going through. And then the last one that's my favorite, this one is actually really good. I wore this one recently on a 12-hour travel day by plane, and it was so much more comfortable than all the other masks. So it's a 10 out of 10 for me. This is the side pleat mask that I made recently. It does have a nose wire in it. You'll see that shape for the nose wire there. I made this one reversible. It's quite large actually and it's also rounded sort of in the front. This is why I like it. It's big for my face. Now you'll size it for your face. So it's big and quite comfortable, and because it's so big, I don't have to tighten it super hard for it to stay on my face because it touches my cheeks pretty far away. And then even though it goes around and above, the nose wire helps to keep it in place. So even if I'm talking pretty loud, pretty big, it's not going to go too huge. And it doesn't really suck up to my face if I have it done right. And you can do several layers in this one. I just love this one. It's one of my most recent videos. There'll be a link down in the description below. But those are sort of what are my favorite masks. It's been the most popular question asked on the channel in the last couple of months. And really right now, the side pleat mask is my absolute favorite, followed closely behind by the 3D with no template and the vertical pleat mask, which is actually a really fantastic video. So why don't you check out the other videos on my channel. You'll see them down in the description below, or you can just go look for them on the channel and look at a lot of other people who are making cool masks. There are still interesting masks being made, different ideas, although maybe that sort of bikini one, that 80s bikini, probably isn't the right idea. All right, folks, until next time, stay crafty. Bye for now. Oh. See, they're both purple, but I just like this one better.